the key focus of our bilateral was that exchange of notes in terms of responding to these executive orders coming from the US, and we had lots of engagements with our colleagues from the UK, from Canada, from the European Union, from all the countries that were present, including the African countries, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Algeria, that were here in our country in terms of how can we build alliances, diversify our markets, build a strong economic basis that will enable our countries to stand these ongoing difficulties that arises out of the executive orders.
Firstly, I think it is to confirm that the US has stated, in fact, our mission in Washington has confirmed that it's not 30%, it's 31%, and that there was an error on the side of the US. They have since confirmed that it is 31%, which is 50% discounted. And of course, the issue is where does the 62% come from if in fact actual tariffs are at 7.6%. Of course, everybody is doing a calculation and speculating on what could be included. The safest thing to do is to get confirmation from the US as to how they arrived at the number. Right now we're speculating whether they've calculated balance of trade, whether they've calculated what they consider to be matters around public policy and the implications of public policy, and a whole range of considerations on the basis of the reports that were considered in Congress, but also on the basis of the statement they issued. So at this point, we're all speculating, but I think the safest would be to get confirmation from the US as to how they arrived at the number, and to clarify, in fact, how we are working on the number that historically we've been working on with the United States in relation to tariffs, which are transparent because they are calculated on the basis of international norms and standards, utilizing World Trade Organization standards with regards to calculating tariffs, particularly as you employ the most favored nations mechanism of calculating tariffs across the board. It's legislation in the US that is reviewed annually, and to the extent that the executive orders have essentially said that legislation would not be applicable. In this instance, we work on the basis that it has nullified their core benefits. In particular categories, there are areas where there have been specific exclusions, and Minister Lamola indicated the areas of specific exclusion. It does also exclude areas such as auto, which is calculated on the basis of the across-the-board 25% increase in auto tariffs to the US. So that's covered in a different platform, which is on the automotive sector. Is it legal? I suppose it's US law. It's US law. It's on the basis of the United States' ability to utilize their own legislation. And I guess it is US courts that would determine whether these executive orders are legal. But at an international level, I think there is a general acknowledgement that there's been a disruption to the multilateral trading system.